What up guys, Shadowlord here, and today I'm going to be doing a quick warrior guide. Basically in this guide I'll be covering macros, talents, glyphs, and a couple little tips that I do use as a warrior. So we're going to start with the talents that I've chosen for 5.2. I have already made a separate video on this, so I'll just quickly go over it just in case you didn't catch the other video. I'll also put a link below to that video if you do want to see it. I do like Juggernaut at the moment just because Warbringer isn't that good, but I sometimes bring it in every now and again just because I like the stun. Second Wind, still constant. Some warriors are choosing Pen and Victory. Don't really see why, because it only heals like just less than Victory Rush, and you lose out on a lot of damage. And also Victory Rush is a nice spell to have, as well as Second Wind. Anyway, moving on. Second Shout I still use for now, but I'm thinking about going Disruptive Shout just because Dagger and Raw now has been nerfed so it actually will stop the target being rooted when the target is dealt damage. So it's not that good, but this could be good because it actually interrupts an AoE, which could be in 3s or 2s or 5s or RBGs. And moving on to the next row, I've just chosen Dragon's Roar just because the damage is actually pretty decent. Shockwave has a 40-second cooldown, and also you can use Dragon's Roar whilst you're also disarmed. So it's another spell you can actually when you're disarmed to you still carry on the damage whilst you're disarmed. So you can Thunderclap, and then Dragon's Roar, and then charge and actually no, I don't think you can actually hamstring, but yeah, you can still carry on the damage whilst you're disarmed. Moving on to 75, I'm just going Safeguard just because it's a good route, and I like the freedom. So say I'm in a Pet Nova from a mage and I don't want to get one-shotted by a Shatter, I can just Safeguard to the other member of my team or my healer, and then I can live. I might be changing to Mass Barrel Flex, but maybe it's okay, but it's not as good as the freedom from Safeguard, so I'll probably stay with Safeguard for the rest of the patch. Now, this was quite a hard choice, but at the moment I'm sticking with Avatar just because it is good damage, good consistent damage when you pop Burst, which we'll come into in a second with the macros, but if this gets nerfed or changed in a way I don't like, I will probably go Stormbolt just because it's another good stun. It does quite a lot of damage. Anyway, moving on to glyphs. At the moment I'm using Glyph of Bull Rush, Glyph of Hindering Strikes, and Glyph from Death from Above. The reason why I'm lifting Glyph of Bull Rush is just to get that extra 15 rage is really nice, on top of the extra rage you get normally, and also I'm having quite a lot of rage problems as arms, which is surprising, but definitely if you're Fury you need to use this this Glyph, sorry. Death from Above is just nice to have the 30-second charge instead of the 30-second heroic leap, sorry, instead of the 45-second heroic leap. I would have chosen Gag Order, but it doesn't apply to players, so there is not much point in it, to be honest, to have that Blanket Silence. I wish that Blanket Silence was still in the game because it was very nice. Hindering Strikes, basically, because I cleave and Heroic Strike a lot, it reduces the movement speed of the target by 50% for 8 seconds. That's very nice. If I was going to take Warbringer, I would probably go for Blitz, and I would switch it out for Hindering Strikes, just because then I would have, oh my days. I'll be right back guys, because my phone is just deciding to interrupt this commentary. One sec. I'm back, sorry about that guys. Anyway, moving on to macros. I'll put all these macros in the description below for you guys just to copy and paste. Basically I have my Burst macro, which then basically casts Berserker Rage. It won't cast Deadly Conk because it's not even in the game anymore, so we can actually take that out. I just left it in there because I've had the same Burst macro for all of MOP. Cast Recklessness, cast Skullbanner, cast Avatar, cast Bloodbath if I have it. That's why I have both of them in there, just so if I do change my turn, I don't have to change my macro. Also cast Battle Stance and uses my use trinket, and also if I'm on a target, he also casts Colossus Smash, which is always good. Another glyph I have think about taking is the Glyph of Colossus Smash. This always applies Thunder's Armor to the target, which basically just means you'll hit harder on the target, but I prefer the slows and the extra rage and the shorter cooldown on leap. Moving on, I have my intervene, safeguard / safeguard banner. You have to actually bind another spell to actually use this. I'll just fly down here and show you. I've actually bound V to my banner key, so I basically can just use the banner, and then I can safeguard to my banner. It's always good when you're running away. I also have two different charge macros. One applies Hamstring and uses Mortal Strike. I'm not really sure whether this macro does actually work with Mortal Strike, so I'm just gonna. Oh, I added in some ones. No, it doesn't. It only actually uses Hamstring. So just ignore the Mortal Strike bit. I just wanted to test it out, see if it would work, and I didn't bother changing the macro because it still works. So, and also I have it changes me to Battle Stance. This can be bad sometimes, but if you can manage it, it can be really good. Moving on to my Charge Heroic Strike macro. Basically, this is my spammable macro when I have my burst up. I spam this with also Overpower. I basically cast Charge on the target. I then use Mortal Strike and Heroic Strike, and if I'm not in Battle Stance, I use Battle Stance. And if you can see, if you look at the cooldown on Mortal Strike, it does use it, and it also uses 2 hits with 1 actual hit at the same time. Then we have my Cry macro, which I don't really use anymore. It just was a safety macro, just so I know when I use it, it will make sure it gives my other team member health. But then I realised that Rallying Cry actually gives your whole team health anyway, so you can just use it. My Dragon's Roar macro basically casts Dragon's Roar and then casts Heroic Strike at the same time. So it hit an 8k with the Heroic Strike and a 96k with the Dragon's Roar. Anyway, moving on. This is just this is a Fury one. I have my Help macro, which basically casts my Health Shout and puts me into defensive stance, and also equips my Shield and Sword. It helps out when I'm trying to go defensive in arena. I don't use that Leap macro. Safeguard to healers, basically like going to my banner, just has your healer's name here, or whatever target you want to intervene to or safeguard to. Spell Reflect macro basically quits my Shield and Sword and then uses Spell Reflect. This is very useful when you're dealing with a mage and you don't actually want to go fully defensive, but you just want to Spell Reflect a Sheep or a Nova or Deep Freeze or something like that. I have the same with Wall, but this one will use a Healthstone if I have it, and also it will change me into defensive stance. This, guys, that's all I'm really going to cover in this video. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and remember, if you did, please feel free to hit that like and that favourite button. It helps out a lot. And if you do know anyone else who plays Warcraft and you want to send them this video, please feel free. It will help the channel's views and help me grow as a commentator and get better at a warrior and commentating in general. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed once again, and I hope you have a good day, and I will see you guys next time.